Hello, fellow Rosarians. Today is a fun day. It was 1 year ago today that I did my very first video on YouTube with you, and it was a Palatine Rose unboxing. So it's kind of ironic that the unboxing that we're going to do today is for Palatine Roses. I wanted to thank everyone for supporting me over the past year. If you had asked me a year ago if I thought that I would make over 180 videos in 1 year, I would have said you're crazy. And when I look at the statistics, it's really fun that my normal monthly view, it's like 28,000 views on my videos. And so it's just fun when I look at that to know that you all find my videos interesting. So thank you for being a part of that. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. One of the benefits of subscription really is that it's more leverage for being able to do giveaways. And I found that some of the folks that I wanted to partner with for the giveaways last November said, you don't have enough subscribers yet. So please subscribe because I love giving away things. So this video is going to be a little bit longer than the others because I have so many roses. And I've been trying to think about what is the best approach. Do you guys want me to go through each one and talk about it and show you a picture? And I think in the interest of time, let's see how this one works and then go ahead and put your comments down below about what you'd like to see differently with the next video if I have a ton of roses, because I've got a lot coming from David Austin. I have a moderate amount coming from Regan Nursery, and so I just want to find out the best way to share that information with you. So for this unboxing, I'm going to go ahead and put the names up on the screen with a picture of it so that you can see what I received, but I'm not going to go into great detail about the rose. So let's talk about Palatine. I love Palatine. Why do I love them? I mean, their roses are amazing. They have multiflora rootstock, and there are a few other vendors that have multiflora scattered in with their stock, but they don't primarily focus on multiflora like Palatine does. The multiflora rootstock does really well here in my yard. I'm always so happy with it, so if I can grab it on that rootstock, I really want to give it a go. I know that it is going to have a great jump in my yard. So the other fun thing with Palatine that I want to check out this year is for the old garden roses, they are adding a Laxa rootstock, which I can't wait to see how it performs here. I think that they have high hopes that it'll be even stronger than the multiflora and more resistant. So we're going to try those in my garden this year. So let's talk about the company. Is it a small business? Yes. Are you going to talk to the same person when you reach out? Yes. It's either Rachel or Rachel. There's two Rachels that answer the phone. They are very responsive to phone calls. They're so helpful. And then also their emails. They have great customer service. When we talk about the ordering experience, we need to dig in a little bit deeper to what happened this year. First and foremost, are they using PayPal yet? No. In the event that you don't want to share your information through their secure site, I think you can check through the checkout a box that says call me, and then they'll call you on the phone to get your information. But I didn't use that, so I could be off. I just threw my charge card out there. Take my money. And so I didn't go through that checkout process, but I think it's something that's available to you. If you have any concerns as you're getting ready to place an order, just reach out and they will work with you on the different ways to pay. So let's talk about the ordering experience. Typically Palatine opens a launch in September. It's like the first Saturday in September of every year. I could be off on that date a little bit, but this year they had pushed it back till December, the first week in December. As we got closer to that launch date, they were hearing the rumblings that there was a lot of excitement about their launch, and they were a little bit concerned. And so they started to prepare, and they were hardening their site, and they were reaching out to the folks that work with their servers to make sure that the servers had the capacity to handle all the traffic that was coming through. And so they did a lot of legwork on the back end to try to help with that launch date, December 6th. And so as they got closer, they put limits on some roses. So as you were scoping out what you wanted, it might say one rose per home. So those were put on specific roses that they were worried that they wouldn't have enough stock. So not only did we have the restrictions on how many you could buy, but they went ahead and they launched the site on December 6th at, I don't know if it was 9 o'clock in the morning. And so we all sat there and we were hitting refresh, and the server got locked up. It was totally jammed up. We shut down the server, and I laugh, but it was sad for Palatine because they had put so much into trying to make it as a nice day as possible. And in my case, I was down in Florida. I was visiting Don from A Reverence for Roses, and I couldn't even spend time with him because I was, hit and refresh on the computer trying to order these roses, and then I was getting on a plane. I had worked my airline around the Palatine launch so that I could, order my roses, have a 2 hour little break to cool down, and then get on my flight to go home. So I was so worried that they were going to reopen the site while I was in flight. But what are you going to do? So, I just let it go. And it turns out that on December 6th, they decided not to even open the site. They just shut it down and regrouped and worked with the folks to figure out all the kinks in the system again. They ended up delaying it then for another week to open the site. And the day prior, they did a pre-sale for a select number of people. And with that select number of people, it might have been, I don't know, 10% of the people. What they did was they took 10% of the stock and put it onto the website. So everything wasn't out there. So anybody who was looking, say, for piano roses, they all didn't go out in stock for that pre-sale, but only a select number. And so I don't know, maybe it ended up being 3 piano roses. 2 blisses were available. So they did sell out during the pre-sale because they were testing the system. And it's awesome, really awesome that they did that pre-sale because they found another problem that they addressed through the pre-sale. So the site opened again for everybody on December the 13th, and there was a launch. And for that launch, they put everybody into a waiting room. So as soon as you hit refresh, now you're in a waiting room and you're seeing it count down. You get in and it says you're number 1,000. And it went really quickly though. And so it ticked down, and I think maybe about 45 minutes or an hour in, I was hearing people say it got down to 0, and then it kicked me back into the waiting room again, and I was back up to 1,000. And Palatine was on it. I mean, they saw that issue and they immediately opened up the floodgates, and then everybody got in, no more waiting room, and it was all great. But all in all, Palatine went through some growing pains that I think that they're going to grow from in the future, and I think that we're going to see a lot of those changes implemented as we go forward. And there is a note from Rachel. I'm going to go ahead and put on the board. She is so thankful for everyone that ordered, and this is the thank you note that she posted after the opening. So let's go ahead and get into the unboxing. What am I expecting? I am expecting 52 grade 1 roses. Some of them are gifts, so they're not all for me, but 52. So what do we look for when we are unboxing a bare root? I'll go ahead and pop it up here on the screen real quick while I grab these boxes. We want to make sure that the rose is a grade 1. If you don't know what a grade 1 is, I've done a video for you. I will put it up here. I think it's up here. And basically are there 3 canes that are the size of a pencil? What else are we looking for? We are looking that the canes are green, that they're firm, that the crown is firm, that there are no growths on the roots. Are the roots fanned out and not girdled and knotted up? And are the roots moist? So let's go ahead. I've got my my receipt here, or my invoice packed on the front. I will look at that later. I also have on here a certificate that allows the roses to come through the border into the U.S. Let's open this. I don't know if you saw the video that that Rachel made where she showed how they package these up, and they've got a machine that bundles them all together. I thought that was a really neat video. I think it might be on their Facebook page if you're looking for that. So we are hoping that they are enclosed in a plastic bag, which they are, of course. Dear Rose enthusiast. So they have here directions and care. I will look at that later. Talk about going the extra mile. They have double bagged the roots to make sure that they stay moist. Oh my goodness, I'm going to cry. They're so beautiful. Look at these babies. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to put this on a fast forward as I go through and look at them. And if I see anything that is an anomaly that I want to share with you, I will stop and pull that one aside. But let's go ahead and take off all of these ties. Ooh, look at that. So it looks like we just have two roses together. And I'm going to gently pull them apart. Oh, oh my goodness. Look at this. Definitely a grade 1 rose. So we've got 3 canes. It's starting to flush out. I am in heaven. Wow. Look at the roots. Let me get to this side so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so I'm not seeing any knotting on the roots. Everything looks fantastic. So let's just go through these. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Wow. This, I mean, you guys, I don't want to pump them up too much because then you and I will be in that waiting room together trying to get into the site. But you guys, this is just amazing. So this one I stopped because it was different than the other 40 or so that I've been through right now. And it was just a little bit smaller. And so it made me take a little bit of a pause to look at it. And this is Roxy. Although it is smaller, when we take into account that this is only going to be 1.5 feet tall, this is a really good size rose. It's all filling up here. Okay, these are the last three. I'm telling you, to have all of these roses consistently beautiful with no issues, huge canes and roots. I am just so tickled. So now I've got my husband here with me, and we're going to go through these so we can cross them off and see which one is missing a tag, and then also pull aside those for my friends. We took a little break so that we could go through and check each rose off of my inventory so that I could figure out what that rose was. It was Fantin Latour. So at least I have a name assigned to that rose. I'm going to go ahead and get all of these soaking in water for at least 24 hours, but with this many roses, I might have to stretch it over a couple of days. So it feels like Christmas. I am so tickled with all of these roses. The quality and the size is amazing. First, let's go ahead and look at the pricing. I think that Palatine roses are very reasonably priced. The average cost for the roses, it varies on their site, but we're going to use $25 per rose, and that's the US cost. There are no coupons or discounts available. Shipping based on my zip code for 5 roses, and we're doing 5 roses across the board for everybody that we unbox this year, just so we can see what, taking into account any discounts that are available, what the real true breakdown is for the roses, and then we can do a rack and stack, and you can make an educated decision who you want to buy from in the fall based on all of the information that I'm going to be giving you. So with 5 roses at $25, it is $125. Shipping for 5 roses is approximately $40, and that will come FedEx. The total then is $165. We haven't really talked about the warranty for Palatine. In the event that you have any issues, they are so easy to work with, but you want to make sure that you get in a claim if you have any concerns before, I think it's August 31st. August 30th of that growing season. Don't let it go beyond that. So you're going to know really quick if you have any problems because it won't flush out. So when we look at the overall rack and stack for everybody that we've done bare root unboxings for so far this season, Witherspoon is the most cost effective at $135, and the next most reasonable is Palatine Roses. After that, we've got Flourish right behind, then Menagerie, and then Spring Hill is the most expensive, but I'm sure that they won't be the most expensive that we're going to unbox from this year. So if you would stay tuned, my next unboxing is going to be from a new vendor that I haven't unboxed from yet, and it's the greenhouse. So thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.